She'd heard it a million times from just about everyone back home. Her best friend, her mother, the postman, the guy who couldn't get her name right at the coffee shop. Even the neighbor's cat had tossed a haughty, accusing stare her way when she'd packed up the treat bowl she kept out for him. But that hadn't deterred her. The cat could scowl all he wanted, because she was going to take that English Lit degree, the one they'd all assured her would be useless in life, and put it to work. At least, that had been the plan 10 minutes ago. Now, she was almost certain she wouldn't live long enough to hear everyone gloat, which, come to think of it, might be an upside, one that didn't make it any more comforting to find herself clinging to the crosstown bridge, life flashing before her eyes while a deluge of regrets flew past, at a speed that far outpaced the steady pavement-shaking pace of what had to be every vehicle within a 30-mile vicinity. She gnawed on the inside of her cheek, too tense and terrified to bite her nails or do anything that would ever require her to let go again. Passing cars churned exhaust in her face, sending road grit pinging against her legs. She tried to take a deep, steadying breath, but all she inhaled was road dust. She coughed, almost losing her grip and her glasses over the course of a single spasm. Distant sirens cut through the shuffle of the traffic. Before she could process what that meant, a motorcycle passed too closely, and she let out a high-pitched scream. A trio of big, ugly birds that had been perched just a few feet away, staring down their hooked beaks at her, launched skyward. Another semi-truck roared by, sending a few brute tons of steel and concrete swaying beneath her feet. Nope, nope, nope. Steel and concrete were not supposed to move. A gust of wind rocked her, almost sending her glasses into the river again. She managed to smash them back against her face without fully losing her grip on the railing, though an unexpected draft suggested her skirt might have fluttered indecently around her thighs. Great. The sirens grew louder. Oh God, she literally couldn't breathe. Her throat felt like a clogged vacuum hose, and the harder she fought for air, the more the world seemed to blur and spin around her. Hugging the railing felt like the worst idea in the world, but it was the only solid thing within her reach. Desperate not to fall into traffic, she edged closer to the barrier, almost grateful for the sparkly edges of her vision that kept her from seeing the rushing water. Last time she'd seen rushing water, she'd nearly lost everyone she loved. Her teeth started to chatter. No one slowed to check out the woman frozen mid-span. Apparently, pedestrians hung out on this bridge on a regular basis. They could have it. If she made it off that death span alive, damned if she'd ever touch toe to it again. Lieutenant Shane Hendricks assessed the scene before him. The call had been for a jumper, and sure enough, a woman clung to the railing halfway across the span. Traffic ahead had slowed to a static crawl, which meant the wind whipping that mess of red hair had to come from the water. She didn't look in imminent danger of going over, but he wasn't one to take chances. He radioed down to make sure the rescue boat was in place. Not a stretch there. After years of calls like these, the vessel docked near the pilings, but he received confirmation they were ready. The ambulance waited at the foot of the bridge, ready to maneuver in either direction. Just another day at the office. He didn't know what it was about this span, but at least once a month since he'd signed on with the department nearly 10 years ago, they had someone threatening to go over the side. Those who had followed through tended to be thrill-seekers in their teens and early 20s looking for a good time, and most walked away unscathed. People who wanted to jump just did it. In his experience, people who made a